I'm Brooke.
I'm Ryan.
And we decided to channel our energy to give you the definitive ranking of the Kingdom Hearts worlds. A list that you probably never asked for.
But you need. Maybe.
Full disclosure, we know nothing about games.
But we are experts in Kingdom Hearts. Sort of. World by world, we're going to make you fall in love with the game again.
And also with us.
Maybe. So let's escape into the beautiful Disney worlds of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
A podcast.
A podcast.
I feel like we need a drum roll, those big jazz hands. We made it, Ryan. Oh, he's still doing the jazz hands.
Yeah, I'm still frantically coming to terms with the fact that we've made it through the entire series.
We have drinks.
We've talked about for years. Yeah, in a first, we've never ever made Kingdom Hearts cocktails before.
No.
This is a first for our pod, bro.
I feel like this is a first for our pod. I feel like mine is well, Ryan's seems like it's more involved than mine. So I want Ryan to explain what his is first.
A sea salt ice cream cocktail.
Salty, no, sweet.
So it's basically a bunch of salt, blue food coloring, matcha, this Jim Beam whiskey cream that I've had in the fridge since Christmas.
Rich. This is a rich drink.
It's a rich drink. So when the drinking game comes around, it might not go well for me. And then a little bit of Kahlua.
Huh, lots of cream.
And milk.
A lot
Lots
of cream.
Is the right color.
It looks like the right color to me. Mine is just a twist on a classic. So I have for you here an Organization 13. You went with content and I went with title. So I am drinking a gin martini that's named after Kingdom Hearts. And you're drinking a milk bomb that's colored for Kingdom Hearts.
Well, cheers, Brooke. We made it to the end.
I feel like this is our version of the end of the world where there's just the Twister Trench where like you just have to follow and you're going to revisit all the things. If this was a reality show, there would be montages of our old episodes scattered throughout. I can imagine that Simple and Clean would play and we just would throw clips of Ryan and I laughing, crying, throwing up.
It would be like the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 where it goes,
Yeah. Doesn't that happen at the end of all of them?
yeah.
In 49th, our last bottom worst ranked world, the worst world in the Kingdom Hearts franchise is Disney Town. Do I need to say anything about Disney Town? I feel like I'm surprised people didn't have a drinking game rule for us about Disney Town. Disney Town makes me angry. Disney Town gives me the opposite experience that I have when I go to Disney's World or Land or Castle. Disney Town is full, and despite it containing my favorite character, my second favorite character, my third favorite character, Pete, Lion Pete is above Pete. No one is better. And then Donald is obviously my top. Disney Town rots at the bottom where it belongs.
It has some merits to it, like going underground is kind of fun. Pete's Rec Room is fun, but doing that ice cream thing over and over again, and the fact that they do the same cutscenes in every visit is just like a spitting in the face. Taking that ice cream, spitting it all over me.
And what's the point of the Mario Kart bit? It literally, you don't have to do it. If you're gonna have a mini game like that, make us do it. I would rather Mario Kart than ice cream.
Amen. It's just an embarrassing world. I don't want to be seen playing it.
It is an ulcer on Birth by Sleep.
An otherwise flawless game. All right, I let's put it in the past. I never want to say those two words again.
Never. Dead
Never.
to me.
Never.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You're dead to us. See, I didn't even want to say it.
Yeah, Disney Town, good riddance.
Hot too.
So, Caribbean and Kingdom Hearts 3, it's a 48th place. It's almost our last world, but it does have a few merits that put it ahead of Disney Town. At least there's some beautiful animation. It's cool to go underwater and explore the islands. However, we do pointless tasks like find hundreds and hundreds of crabs for no reason. The animation freaks me out. I don't want to see Donald Duck standing next to Orlando Bloom. And of course, it's just upsetting, those boat battles. I mean, it didn't give us any time to prepare. There's no way to really go around them. You have to figure out how to suddenly become a boat navigator 3/4 of the way through the game. It's not fair.
You know what's funny, Ryan, is like as you were starting, I was like, I think I feel bad. I think I feel a little guilty. I don't think it's that bad. And as soon as you said the word crabs, I was like, nope, this is where it fucking belongs.
Who came up with a crab bit? And it just, the story doesn't make any sense. The movie doesn't make any sense. And therefore, the game doesn't make any sense. And the world doesn't make any sense. So, anything else to say about Pirates?
No, I hope to never speak about it again.
I hope to never play it again. Good riddance.
It got Ryan to quit the game last time, lest we forget. Oh, no, that's not true.
That's how bad it is.
No, you did beat it. You did beat it.
Well, this playthrough, I put it down and I actually was like, I'm not sure if I can return to this game. Like, I'm not sure if I have the patience. I'm not sure I have the skill, but I'm definitely not sure I have the patience.
All right. Shall we go on?
Please take us on. I'm actually excited to talk about this low-ranked world.
Swim along, just join in the song. A musical for everyone to have a lot of finny fun.
Was the intention, but Finny Fun was not had in Atlantica Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm trying to give some redeeming qualities to everybody because there's truly only one world that we hate and we're never speaking about it again. Poopsies, a legend. Getting rhythm games, not for Ryan, but maybe he's come around after Melody of Memory, maybe. Do you swim this way in Melody of Memory?
No, you don't have to touch any of that. I might have enjoyed it a little more, but I don't think the game interface matches the sort of strange. This is where they tried out the idea for Melody of Memory, but it was way less sophisticated in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, it's just take a really robust and magical swimmy world from Kingdom Hearts 1 and put us in a tragic minigame. Trap us there, and the only way to get to advance your lightning magic or your thunder magic is to do this, and so you kind of have to.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I think the thing that makes me annoyed by it too is it's not a continuous world. You don't go there and then experience the whole thing. You need certain levels of magic to continue on with the story. So you kind of keep coming back to it and you forget about it. And then you're like, wait, what's going on? Oh yeah, Ariel's sad because Daddy Triton destroyed her statue. And then you go away and do some other worlds. And then you come back, you're like, oh wait, Ariel's getting the Triton for Ursula. It just takes away all of the momentum. And also, they totally gaslight us because Ariel sees Ursula and she's like, you're Ursula, right? It's like, yeah, she's Ursula. You're not Dory from Finding Nemo. You don't have short-term memory loss. We fought her. In no other world did they gaslight us like that, where they pretended that the last time never happened. So
That's true.
I'm not happy about it. But I'm a little upset because, the new Little Mermaid movie came out, and I wondered, since Swim This Way was a part of the intellectual property of Disney.
God. Can you imagine if they had those, what is it, anthropomorphic Flounder and Sebastian singing Swim This Way? And who would they even give writing credit to? I haven't seen it still. I would have, if you had someone, and I don't know who else would have texted me, I wish that my brother who had gone to see it came back and was like, and there was this really weird song in there that really felt out of place where they were talking about, they said this crazy lyric about Finny Fun. I would have been like, 1 ticket, please.
I'm still picturing Melissa McCarthy singing Ursula's Revenge.
Oh yeah. I feel like she really would have hit poopsies. Flotsam, jetsam, my poopsies.
Loyal poopsies.
Sorry, Mommy. Your poopsies are toast.
Speaking of things we love to hate, would you take us on to our next one?
I would love to. In 46th place, we have a land that, you know, we've come to love to hate as well. It's
I was gonna say hate to
it's
love.
Wonderland.
It's Wonderland.
Hate to love. We hate to love it. It's Wonderland. It's one of our lowest ranked games, or lowest ranked worlds from the first game. And, you know, it's just a brown box. We're just trying to figure out how to get out of this brown box, different ways, jumping on lily pads, throwing rocks, giving flowers ethers. I mean, are there merits to it? Yeah, the Trickmaster is a really cool boss. There are a bunch of really awesome little secrets to be found the more you go back to grind in the world. And the card battle is surprisingly hard, and if you hit the queen, you see her underwear, it's got hearts on it. You know, it's not without merit. It's just a little tedious. Brooke, have you come to love it more in retrospect?
I think we do have to pay our proper respects to the Trickmaster, as I do think he is the first. I gendered him. He is the first of the like we know our heartless aesthetic boss, our heartless boss aesthetic. We like a gangly, like specific world forward, like a spell. What is this? You know their names and I don't. The one from Birth by Sleep with the in.
Oh, the Symphony Master?
Yeah, it is another master. We love.
Oh, it's the Master family. They are a dynasty.
We love the Master family, the generations of masters. A real I like a family affair. I felt welcomed and treated well by them. And I think but other than that, I look on it fond. It was the first world we hated. And so I have fondness for that. You know, there's a nostalgia to it because I remember hating it when I was 12 and I got to hate it again in this round. So that, you know, I do love to hate it.
I feel like our relationship with Wonderland is like at the end of La La Land when Emma Stone walks into the jazz club and sees Ryan Gosling and they make eye contact and they remember all of the memories except for instead of it being like da, 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 it's like dun 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 dun, and after they sort of nod at each other and they're like,
but it's like
things weren't perfect,
dun,
but we had a good time.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 and it maybe it starts slow and it speeds up, and then we all do a tap number.
Yeah, exactly. We're just on the lily pads on the ceiling of the bizarre room, just it wasn't all bad, was it?
The doorknob finally wakes up and is like, "What have you guys been doing in my house?"
Shadow puppets. They do a whole shadow puppet number. There's shadows on the ceiling. I think that this is the mashup that we need. Wonderland, the Kingdom Hearts world, and La La Land. La La Wonderland.
Wonder La La Land.
Wonder La Land.
Wonder La Land. All right.
Brooke, get out of here. Let's get out of this brown box.
Tied for 44th place. We have a world that I'm surprised to see down here, and one I'm not. So, which would you like me to start with?
Start with the one you're surprised to see down here.
Well, speaking of your sea salt ice cream, I'm surprised to see our first introduction to Twilight Town ranked so low. I feel like nostalgia really colors the way I'm feeling about the overall, which is why I think it's important, though, that we, don't second guess ourselves. Because at the end of the day, is Twilight Town beautiful? Does it have arguably the best music in the whole game? Maybe. Is it my alarm clock? Uh-huh. In fact, every time my boyfriend sleeps over and he hears the Lazy Afternoons play, he'll always go, "Oh, good morning, Brooke. What a great day to be," because it's such a gentle way to wake up, and he really makes fun of me for it. And I'm like, do, 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 do. Wah, wah, wah. It's so nice. I love it so much. Anyway, despite that, it's rife with my least favorite thing, that is full of Kingdom Hearts. That's like that Kingdom Hearts 2 is notorious for? Errands.
The word. Yep.
Why are we here?
Unforgivable.
Do I like winning a trophy? Yeah, of course. Do I like a Rock'em Sock'em robot? Totally. But, you know what I really don't like? Errands. That's not true. Brooke, the human, really does like errands. What a satisfying activity. Anyway, tied with Twilight Town 2. Twilight Town 1, I guess you could call it. The first iteration. Is... You can fly. You can fly. You can fly. But you also have to walk around a dirty-ass boat. The most complicated, confusing maze of all time. This is Neverland Kingdom Hearts 1. When we have such a rich world to play in, which we do get, however, we don't. We get a ship. Do we get to fight my beloved villain, Captain Hook? Yeah, cool. And we get to fly, and we get to see Big Ben, my favorite landmark. However, missed opportunity. Kyrie puppet, weird. Not enough magic. Not enough quirk. Brown chip, wood planks, and I got lost in there for like an hour and a half when I was in there in the world that never was, and I'll never forgive them for it. Neverland, 44.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like pulling your hair out for the first 3/4 of the world does not, you know, it's a too big of a sin. It would have been ranked higher if it was like flying around fighting Captain Hook on the ship, flying around Big Ben. Once the flying comes into play, it's a great world, no complaints, secret boss, but that first 3/4 of the world is just excruciating and annoying.
I had a hot take.
Do it.
I forgot it. Oh, I remembered it. I have a hot take. I think the worlds that they brought back from Kingdom Hearts 1 are the worlds that they thought that they needed to redeem themselves.
I totally agree. The one, like, it's like we didn't fully do this movie justice. We didn't fully do the world justice. Like, there's another section of the environment, or maybe they didn't have the graphic capability in Kingdom Hearts 1 to do what they wanted to do. I know that originally the Pride Lands were supposed to be in Kingdom Hearts 1, but they couldn't make it work with the graphics. So I think that's a correct hot take.
And I think
hot and correct.
Thank you. Just like me.
Just like you.
Because I do think that, like, despite how Wonderland could have been better, I do think that they did what they needed to do with Wonderland. I don't think there was much more to do with Wonderland.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
All right, Ryan, hit us next.
43. You might recognize this town because we just talked about it. It's our beloved Twilight Town, and it gets a teensy bit better in Kingdom Hearts 3 because it gets a little tinier. You get this really fully realized town square, you get Remy the Rat's restaurant, and there are actually people walking around. It feels lived in, and it kind of feels like our home base in the way that Traverse Town does in 1 a little bit.
Well,
but you don't have all these errands to do, and I think the errands feel so pointless in the first game, I think the errands feel so pointless in the second game, the way Brooke talked about, where like you do things that aren't real errands. You like push a bag up a hill, you like bat a ball into the air. Like these, it's not real, and it feels fake, and it is fake. A lot of it.
To be fair, though, I think it's interesting that I think that Twilight Town in 2 is data Twilight Town. So I think what we're getting in Kingdom Hearts 3 is actual Twilight Town.
I think and nothing's better than the real thing.
Amen.
It's like it's diet Twilight Town in Kingdom Hearts 2, and we get the full ass experience in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's marginally better.
I agree.
But not much. All right, Brooke, take us up. Anything else to say about Twilight Town, or are we sick of talking about it?
I'm sick of talking about it. Go sit in a light in a cathedral and eat your ice cream. Anyway, all right. I don't even know if this is what I should call it. 42, ranks number 42, we have Hollow Bastion from Kingdom Hearts 2 being oh my god, I'm already drunk. Being put back together into Radiant Garden. It's a lot of chaos. Here are some things that I love about it. You get to go to the Cavern of Remembrance.
Hail.
But you also have to meet those pixies that never come back. And I still don't know why we meet them or who they are. We get to go and hang out with our old friends. Aerith, Leon, Yuffie, who looks like just everybody else that looks like her. But, lest we forget, Kingdom Hearts 2 Hollow Bastion is where Goofy dies. On a cliff for a couple minutes before he comes back to life. You fight some swarms, you fight some Cloud, but really, did you do anything? And that's why it's ranked 42.
Brooke, beautifully said. And the only thing I have to add is 2 words. Villain's Veil.
I can't believe that's not a drink. I'm drinking for Villain's Veil.
Why the hell did they put this brown, crusty castle and not explain what it was? We had to do a lot of research to find out that it's called Villain's Veil, and that is unforgivable.
All right.
Speaking of unforgivable, we're going to a tie for number 40. And some people may not like this, but deal with it. We've got Disney Castle. If you like the Mickey Mouse March, if you like going back in time to the Hall of the Cornerstone, if you like seeing everyone in black and white, including old-timey Pete, which Brooke absolutely loves, you're going to love Disney Castle. I mean, Brooke, what's your experience with Disney Castle? Do you think 40 is the right rank for it?
100%. I think the
100%.
Timeless River sucks. I think the Timeless River is tedious. I think it's the tedious river. Do I love old-timey Pete? Friendly Pete, arguably? Of course. He's my 3rd favorite Pete. But there's only 3 Petes.
Only 3 Petes. I want the next game
Actually,
to be...
that's not true. That's not true. He's my 4th favorite Pete. I like Country of the Musketeers Pete.
Proper Pete, as you called him.
Proper Pete.
Proper Pete. I want there to be a Pete spinoff where Pete Xehanort in all of his forms terrorizes our heroes, where it's instead of fighting Ansem and Xemnas.
That's just the old Mickey Mouse cartoons.
I guess that's true, isn't it? God bless Pete. Yeah, I agree. Disney Castle. When we do that, this is where we, for the first time, do the escorting the female in distress device, where we have to escort Mickey's wife, Minnie, across the
I'm sorry.
The ballroom.
There was so much to be mined there. First of all, it sounded like you say escort. Second, how dare you refer to her as Mickey's wife, Minnie?
I couldn't remember her name.
Minnie Mouse
Queen
is the queen. Minnie Mouse, Minifred Mouse, is so much more than just Mickey's wife. My camera just went out of focus. My Logitech Brio could not process the anti-feminism. I can't believe that you just put the liberating act of squirting and Mickey's wife in the same sentence.
Oh, I'm too close to the anti-feminist message of Kingdom Hearts 2, where I was in Mickey's wife again, where I can't escape, where Mickey's wife can't take care of herself. She's not treated like a queen there. She's not Queen Minnie. That's not the Queen Minnie I know. It's so out of character. She can kick some ass and take some names. Instead, Mickey's wife is helpless and needs to be escorted across the throne room. And
You better
I'm not here.
I swear, if you say Mickey's wife one more time, Daisy Duck is gonna come through your window and drop kick you.
Oh, those big webbed feet. Okay, this world needs to be put behind us because of the rampant anti-feminism. But then again, it does go back to the 1930s. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
Sit with that for a second. All right, so the other world, tied with Disney Castle, a little less anti-feminist, but it's only because there are no women there. We are inside of a whale. We're inside of Monstro, who has a psychedelic, spotty inside. He's got a lot of different organs, and they all look the same. He's got like 6, and then we have bowels, and we have throats, and we have his shipwreck of a tummy.
Acid cage. Parasite cage.
All I can say is acid reflux. As someone who suffers from it,
Same.
that parasite cage, not fun.
He's
Not
a villain.
fun walking this.
He's a villain I face on the daily. Why do I need to face him in a video game?
Absolutely, but I do feel like this is a great world to grind in. We love the Grand Ghost, going back to that acid room and giving him a mega elixir, getting the things we need from him, and I think there's some fun drama here. You know, Riku kidnapping Pinocchio. Maleficent shows up, so I guess there is a woman there, so points for feminism. Passes the Bechdel test, because she's not talking about a man. And,
yes, she is. She's exclusively, well, not in a romantic way, but I feel like she only talks about Sora.
But to use him for, I think the Bechdel test is only when you're talking about a man in a romantic way.
Let me call my good friend Allison Bechdel and see what she says.
Okay. All we can say about Monstro is it's, confusing, fun to grind in, but we think it passes the Bechdel test.
All right. Ryan's world that he moved. We've got the Tron, the Dream Drop is Tom. We get problematic Queen, Olivia Wilde. We get another creepy world with human faces. We've got... It's just not as good as the old Tron. It takes itself too seriously. The animation's a little too hot for my comfort. What's his name? Sam?
You would smash Garrett Hedlund as an animatronic character. Not animatronic, I guess animated is the word. Yeah, that's something we learned from the podcast.
I mean, it would be easier to fuck him if he was an animatronic, because at least I'd have something to work with.
I'm picturing like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Oh,
it's all the Tron characters.
I'm picturing a Disney animatronic. Because I could...
Much higher quality.
I could control that to do things to me if I needed, which I don't want. I wanted the record to show that is not something that I want. That is not something that excites me. 0% do I want that. I want that to be shown and said. Okay? Okay.
Brooke, remember at the beginning of the podcast where you said by the end of the list we are going to be different?
I think we've made it, 10 worlds? Not even. 1.
I feel different.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our 9th. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? We're different. Anyway.
All right. Well, speaking of transformations, we transformed this world by moving Tron down. So this got to move up. At number 38 is the Dwarf Woodlands. We wondered if we can say dwarf. We are totally in the clear. We're fine to say it. This is a world that has a lot of unrealized potential. We get a lot of different areas. We get the mines. There's some fun activities there, chasing the dwarfs around the mine. We get the cottage we get to go into, a dream come true. We get to escort Snow White across the woods and help her avoid the scary trees. And then we get to explore the Queen's Castle, which I feel like is really kind of dark, but I just feel like there's some things that were missed here. We have to fight the mirror 2 times as opposed to fighting, I don't know, the evil queen as Hag at the mine or something. Like, most of our boss battles are in the Queen's mirror, and it's just a little repetitive. And I wanted to go in the potion lab. I wanted to drink a potion. I wanted to, just have a little bit more of the darkness of the source material. And I was left wanting more, but it's fine. What about you, Brooke? What do you think?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you struck ore here. A lot of unmined potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that it's a sleepy world that could have been dopey. You know?
You got it, Doc.
It made me grumpy to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bashful even talking about it in this much depth because I'm an adult man talking about a child world.
An adult man talking about him. Well, that makes me want to sneezy.
Did we get all 7?
No, we're missing one. You make me happy.
Oh, well, of course we missed Happy.
Okay, transitioning on. Number 37. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be on a spaceship in Lilo and Stitch that never is a part of the actual movie? Well, here you go. There are other experiments. You find Stitch. He's a cutie friend. He has his own wayfinder. You have some good boss battles here. It's a bit repetitive, an annoying, another unnecessary car moment. It's just, it feels like an afterthought. But
It really.
I think the boss battles are what put it above some of the other things. There's some anti-gravity work, which we like. I don't have a lot to say. I don't have a lot to say about Deep Space.
What could you say? I mean, I think the thing that grinds my gears the most is you start with a boss battle before you even get into the world, where you have to be on your little surfboard and you need to fight the blobby jellyfish alien. Sets a bad tone. Sets a bad tone for a somewhat creative but repetitive world.
Yeah.
We have a true 4-way tie. And it's a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 showing up in the middle of the pack here. So we've got the first one, which is our visit to Agrabah in Kingdom Hearts 2. Return of Jafar, Return of Iago, and there's just not the same magic there was before. Cave of Wonders had a psychedelic renovation. Iago's like, I'm good now, I'm good now, I'm good now. And we know he's not. We know he's not. But we have to chase Sperm Jafar all over the ruins for some reason while Bloody Jafar is terrorizing the city. It's just not...
Bloody Jafar?
I don't know. What do we call him?
Genie Jafar?
Genie Jafar. Genie Jafar.
Bloody Jafar.
Bloody Jafar, Bloody Jafar.
Bloody because he's red?
Yeah, blood red.
That's Genie Jafar.
Genie Jafar. I don't know, Sperm Jafar, blood... I don't know. And then we get Globby.
Gloopy Jafar.
Gloopy. We get orange smoothie. We get orange smoothie Heartless and blue raspberry smoothie Heartless.
Yeah. We get...
What do you think? What do you think about Agrabah?
I mean, I think that Sperm Jafar has proven, like, to stand the test of time amongst the funniest things we've ever said. But I think...
You've ever said.
Hey, thank you. I think that it doesn't gaslight us as a return. And I think against my hot take, I think it takes a really good and well-established world and makes it worse. Except that it actually gives us what we think the Cave of Wonders looks like. Which we liked.
That's the only improvement.
Yeah, and yeah, Sperm Jafar. And you get to really fly the magic carpet, which is fun.
That is fun. They do take something and improve upon it, which is good. Okay, and then we move on to a world that we love on paper, but we just don't love to play. It's a land of dragons, also known as China.
For China!
For China! We love the aesthetic of the bamboo thicket. We love the vastness of the world, the caves, the camps, the mountains. We get some cool boss battles. We get to fight Shan Yu, We get to fight a big old dragon, as promised, Land of Dragons, actually more like one dragon. And we have one little bee in our bonnet, which is the arrow at the top of the pole. Do we get to climb the pole?
Do not put an iconic moment from the movie in the world and not let us interact with it. That being said, I do think that this world does the best job in Kingdom Hearts 2 of staying to the plot of the film.
Mm-hmm. And it's still not quite enough. We needed more Mushu content, I think.
Always.
For China. Anything else to say about Land of Dragons? LOD?
No.
Okay, well, we're moving on to another slightly underwhelming world. And the first time we see humanoid actors that we know and love, Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, Jeffrey Rush, Johnny Depp, standing alongside big old Pete in a way that's really disconcerting. It's Port Royal. It's dark. There are pirates that we can only find in the moonlight. That makes it very hard. We don't have to drive ships. Thank God.
Praise him.
But it's just... Praise him. But it's just sort of a dark, gloomy world. We do get kind of a nice boss battle with Barbossa and the, mini stealth sneak. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, in the cave. Yeah.
Our
It does a
little-
good
our
job,
little
but it does do a better job of sort of like taking a theme from the film, like the moonlight thing. And you're on ships enough.
Yeah. And then I actually think the final boss battle with the sort of Grim Reaper and the medallions is sort of fun too. So I think they make both visits count, and it feels like you're traversing a lot of space, even though you never really drive a ship. You just use the map to travel around the world. And it does an adequate job, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
And then our last one is sometimes called by another name. It's another LOD. It's Land of Departure, also known as Castle Oblivion briefly, and the site of a pretty interesting porn movie that we viewed. This is where we start Birth by Sleep. We train by hitting a bunch of rings. We meet our big bad Master Xehanort and Vanitas, and this is where our story gets started. Aqua becomes a Keyblade Master. Terra does not. There is the darkness in his heart that will lead to his demise. But, it's just a tutorial world. It gets the story going, and, it's fine. I get the lay of the land, but it doesn't overwhelm me with excitement. Anything to add, Brooke?
No, I'm honestly surprised that we spend such little amount of time in the Land of Departure, and yet it's so highly ranked.
I mean, we kill a guy there.
Oh,
the
that's
story
true.
gets going.
That's true. We do kill our father figure there. I forgot.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
All right. We have another tie, Ryan. A two-way tie. Kingdom Hearts, you could call it, because it's two worlds from Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm going to go the opposite direction as I thought. And I'm going to talk first about the first of 3 times that we visit this world. And you get there.
4.
The first of 4 times that we visit this world. You visited in every single game possible except Dream Drop Distance. The Olympus Coliseum. And Hades, he's got some plans for us. Phil Loctides has some plans for us. We have to compete in the games, the cups. We gotta fight. And you know what I love? You know what I love about the Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 1? Is you can go there and you can level the fuck up. You can go there and you can get your little Ansem reports. You can go there, you can fight Cloud. You can fight some Heartless. You really get it all. You get to fight some Titans. You get to fight Hades. But you don't get to feel the heat. Not till Kingdom Hearts 2.
Heat.
Not till Kingdom Hearts 2. We'll get there, please. Spoilers. The Olympus Coliseum. It's straightforward. There's not a lot to see here. There's a lot to do.
Perfectly said. Not a lot to see, a lot to do. A lot of story crammed into, 2 rooms?
2, 3, 2.5.
For Daisy.
For Daisy. And then tied for 31st. We have the first time we swim this way, dance, and play, but we don't have to sing about it. we actually get to do it. And that's Atlantica. You get to ride a dolphin friend. You get to have arguably top 10 boss battles in the whole series. Ursula. A perfect, a really excellently crafted world based on a Disney movie, which is why it's so infuriating that they gaslight us later. The swimming mechanics, not the best. They definitely figure that out the more we swim. But I think it's beautiful. They use a Disney song in the music, which gets it some points. It's a solid mid-world. Atlantica.
Yeah, Ursula's doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this world, putting it in a solid mid-tier because those boss battles are so much fun. And
the sunken ship.
A sunken ship.
Oh yeah, was not very tasty.
Not very tasty. Oh, Queen.
Iconic.
All right. Well, moving on from Atlantica up to the mainland. Well, it's actually not the mainland. It's inside a computer. Number 30 is our first foray into the grid, Tron's world. And you know how I feel about Tron. Call me by your Tron. It's a cool 80s retro vibe everywhere you look. It really captures the spirit of the movie. It's really fun. The relationship between Sora and Tron is beautiful, teaching him how to laugh and the importance of friendship. We get a great boss battle with Sark and the MCP. Is that the best the user can do?
I honestly,
incredible.
Amazing.
I mean, it's just a great world. Like, it's not perfect. I think the second visit is a lot more interesting than the first one, but the art direction is great. You realize that you, I don't know, might actually want to live inside a computer for a little bit. Doesn't look so bad.
Maybe we are.
Maybe we after the day I've had today, we might be in a simulation.
Whoa.
A good one.
A good one.
One where I get what I want. Okay. Anything else to say about Tron?
No. Next, we get it back to where number 29. We go back to where it all began. We get to find coconuts. Life is simple, right? We battle our friend with a stick, and not in a sexy way. Coconuts, fish, bottles of water, spooky caves with little drawings, and men in cloaks. I am talking, of course, of Destiny Islands. I hope you chose the right answers because it may or may not dictate what happens in your game. And honestly, I still don't know. But the music rocks. The world, stunning. Our friends, great. Our ship, boobies.
Big boobies.
Big boobies.
Big boobies.
Destiny Islands is a delight. It's a great kickoff to the game. It's not that exciting. You get to meet our first Big Daddy. You get to meet Big Daddy Heartless for the first time. It's a little sad. You get, torn away from everyone you love. But it starts a grand adventure that ultimately leads to your death.
Couldn't have put it better. Number 28. We've got yet another tie. And it's between two Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds that people have a lot of hot takes about. So we got Toy Box. You've got a friend in Woody and Buzz, but they take none of the source material as far as the plot of this. They put us in a big mall, which is arguably fun to move around. You get to, go in the air vents, play in a play place, fight Megan the doll. But the story feels a little off, and I don't feel like I'm hanging out with Buzz and Woody. I feel like I'm hanging out with a cheap imitation of them. Their chat isn't up to my standards. It feels like they really tried to capture the magic of Toy Story, and they almost succeeded, but they focused more on the toy aspect rather than the story.
I wish that it had been Toy Story 1.
I know. Pizza Planet, hello.
Hello.
Sid's house, hello.
Hello. I'm with you.
I don't know. I know this was an underwhelming world for you, Brooke. Anything to add?
No, I think you really nailed it. I think like I really wanted it to succeed. Just like I wanted, I just we spent so much time not interacting with the characters of Toy Story. It's like Toy Story's so rich in content. We didn't actually need the Megans. We didn't need like I would have rather did we fight? Yeah. I like the giant Gumby, and I like the Rock'em Sock'em robots, as I've mentioned before. Any sort of robot moment is fun, but it could have been better.
Amen. And again, these worlds are still very fun to play. Being ranked in the mid tier is it's still very good. We enjoy playing it, a lot of fun. Won't complain about going back. But this is where it is. But the world it's tied with was a bit of a surprise to me that people had strong feelings about it in the positive and the negative. I think all I remembered about the world upon the first playthrough is watching all of Let It Go. It's Arendelle. It's a beautiful world, snowy, Nordic. You're running around in an open world concept through the mountains. You're in a labyrinth, which is very exciting and fun to play. It almost gave me some vibes from the snowy world in Fantasia. The story has some real momentum. It feels locked into the plot, and you get an amazing boss battle against Casey Wolf, which is the Chiefs mascot, except for he's dark and he's a Heartless. Hans gets very little representation, but we have fun with Marshmallow. We fight Marshmallow, beat the shit out of Marshmallow, and then he becomes a friend.
Yeah, I think the only time in the whole game, other than Axel, I guess, where an adversary becomes a friend.
And I guess kind of like reverse Beast, like in Kingdom Hearts 1, he's a friend, then you fight him in Kingdom Hearts 2 because he's upset, and then he's a friend again. But Marshmallow is really the one that we meet as a baddie, and he becomes a goodie. He helps us through the storm, and it feels like there's a lot of like fun, I wouldn't call them mini games, but there's like fun different ways of playing to break up the monotony. You're in the labyrinth, you're walking through a blizzard, you're skiing down the hill, you're finding bits of Olaf. Like, they give you something to keep you interested, even though you have to sit through like a bunch of songs for a long time, and it's kind of annoying. But you know what? Two-way tie at 28, Toy Box, Arendelle. Let it go if you don't like it.
Then coming in right under them, at number 27, is another Kingdom Hearts 3 world. I feel like we've just given our Kingdom Hearts 3 rankings, so we've just spoken to these worlds, but the city is beautiful. It's a mashup of many cities. There's some little data blocks and you gotta chase them. There's some mini games. You get to run on a giant ball. It's San Francisco. It's a movie we didn't need to be in the Kingdom Hearts universe, but it's full of heart in its own way. It's a satisfying world, even though it's sort of unclear what's going on. The characters itself are fun and entertaining. You get to, ski on some rails. You get to fly. You get to be on a bridge, but only for a little bit. Don't get greedy. The world feels a little limiting, though vast. And so that's why we kept it at 27. San Francisco.
San Francisco. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. All right, moving on up, we have another tie. It's amazing the number of ties we have. That's how well we orchestrated this. We really thought about it, and these numbers tell a story. So at 25, we have a tie between Olympus Coliseum, one of the 4 times we go, and Birth by Sleep. And I think the person that's carrying most of the weight for this world is your friend and mine, handsome, dark-haired, blue-eyed Zach.
He's hot.
Flirting with Aqua, flirting with me through the screen, flirting with Brooke through the screen. We love him, and it only expands the world slightly. We have to fight a bunch of evil mushrooms and thieves, but we also get some really great story here. We've got sort of the Cloud narrative that's been hoisted on Zach. He's overcome by darkness. We get to fight Dark Zach. Zach asks Aqua on a date, which is very exciting, and we fight Ice Titan. We fight Hades, Feel the Heat. And it just feels like there's a lot of story packed into, 2.5 small rooms.
Yeah.
Anything to add? Anything to add about that?
No, not at all. I think it's perfect. I think you're perfect.
You're perfect. Damn straight. And Keyblade Graveyard tied with Olympus Coliseum Birth by Sleep. So this is Keyblade Graveyard from Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's dusty, a labyrinth full of all of our favorite baddies from the organization, but we get some real amazing moments. We get a tornado of Heartless that kills some of our characters. We get to find out that Come Guardian is in fact Hunky Terra. We really get some interesting plot developments here. It's a little confusing, maybe a little repetitive, but it really is leading us towards that climax that we've been looking for the past few games. And we find out Xehanort's big bad plans. But there are no tornadoes that can suck us in, so some points taken off for that. Anything to add, Brooke?
No, I think you're really nailing it.
Oh, no, you're nailing it. All right.
Well, that's not
bring us
true. There is
24.
a big twister that takes us and kills us.
But it doesn't. We don't get to like get sucked into it.
Yeah, it's not a
as
demon time.
Players, it's not the big twister trench twisters.
Totally. And I think we're gonna stop here, give you halfway, and then come back, get the top half of our list next week. So I hope that you agree with us. I hope that you disagree with us. Let us know what you think so far. And it's only up from here.
It's literally only up from here. It's like someone turned on the gravity in deep space. Brooke, we did it. We did
Almost.
it and almost did it. More to come.